Welcome to Raj Online Trainings. In the series of Hibernate tutorial codes, in the last videos we have seen how to create the Hibernate 6 version project using Maven tool, and in pym.xml file we have added the project dependencies like Hibernate and MySQL connector, and we have created the configuration file where we have added the properties like the database connection, dialect, auto commit, show SQL, and here finally we are referred to the this one like mapping resources, property name hibernate.hpm.ddl.auto as create or update. So even I've shown the difference, like when you go with create, the tables will get created automatically, and when we go with update, it is going to use the existing tables. And we have created the utility class mainly to get the SessionFactory, and we have taken one entity class, the project class student, and we have created the mapping file of your student class where we map our project class student with the database table. Here we have taken the table name as student info, and ID is for primary key. SNO we are making it as primary key, and we are mapping other properties. And finally we have created one test class where we have created the reference of SessionFactory, and we are getting the SessionFactory by using this Hibernate utility class. Open the session, begin the transaction, create object of student class, set the values, and persist this object into the table. Now here instead of persist, we can even make use of the method session.save method, and you can even pass the student object, but this method is deprecated from Hibernate 6 version onwards. Now once we run the application, it is going to create the table student info, and let me open the table in MySQL. Let me see here, select star from student info where we are having the records here. So in our table we are having 2 records. Today in this video, let us see how to go with update operation, how to update the records of the table using Hibernate 6 version. So for that, let me create one more test class under this com.hibernate6.test package of src main Java folder. Right click on this package and say new class student update. I'm going with the class name as student update with main method. So what is our first step? We have to get the SessionFactory. How to get the SessionFactory? You can say SessionFactory equal to, by using this Hibernate util, we need to get the SessionFactory. Open session equal to SessionFactory dot open session. Then begin the transaction tx equal to session dot begin transaction. These are the common steps. Import the packages. Now let us see the way to update the records into the table using Hibernate 6 version. Let us go with method 1 first. Here, just create reference of student, our project class, and by using session object, call the method get and connect to the persistent class. What is our persistent class here? The entity class in our case is student, and we have to provide the primary key here. We have to provide the primary key. Right? Now, import the package for this. Import the package present in entity package, the student class. Now, what is the meaning of this get method is select star from student info. The name of the table is student info, where student number equal to 111. This is the internal meaning of this query. See, in our case, this SNO is the primary key. So based on the primary key, we are getting the record. We are reading the record from the table, and that record will come and store into this stud object. Now for this object, we want to change the marks now. So for this 111, what are the marks we are having? 500. We want to update to 550. Then just call the method stud.setMarks with the updated marks 550. Now the marks are set. Now the object is ready with new value. Now by using session object, we have to call the method here merge. And to call the method merge, this method got added from Hibernate latest versions like 6 version and password object here. That's it. Commit your transaction, close your session. Session.close. Run this program, right click and say run as Java application. See here, it's selecting the record from table and updating the record. And if you check your database table, say here, select star from student info. See, for this 111, the updated marks are now 550. So this method 1 is based on primary key. Now let us see the other way of updating method 2. This method 2 is using HQL. HQL stands for Hibernate Query Language. HQL stands for what? Hibernate Query Language, and this is applied on model. The meaning of model is your class, not on table, not on table here. How to go with this HQL from Hibernate 6 is, here we make use of mutation query. We make use of an interface, mutation query equal to session dot create mutation query. Then give the command here, update student set marks equal to colon marks, where s name equal to colon s name. Where s name equal to colon s name. Then import the package for mutation query, belongs to this org.hibernate.query package. Now set the parameters, query dot set parameter marks with the, let me say it as 650. Then query dot set parameter is name with round. Is name with round. That means how the query will become now? Update student set marks equal to colon marks. This colon marks will be replaced with this value 650, where s name equal to colon s name. This s name is replaced with Ramu. So for Ramu, what are the previous marks? 600. This 600, for this Ramu 600, we want to make it as what? 650. We want to update the marks to 650. Once we set the parameters, by using this query reference, call the method execute update. Then this command will get executed. Let us run this code. Run as Java application. See here, it's updating the record. And if you check your table, select start from student info. See, for this Ramu, the marks are now updated to 650. Then, what is this applied on model? Applied on model is, here the student is the name of the project class, the entity class name, not the table name. In our example, what is the name of the table? Student info. So in this HQL, we need to give the project class name, not the table name. Even the properties here also we have to go with the project class properties. See, in the database table, the property name is stud name, but in the query we have to use the project class property name, not stud name. We have to use here s name. That is the meaning of applied on model here. So applied on model means we have to take the project class related class name and property names only, not table related. Then what is the difference between method 1 and method 2? Method 1 is based on the primary key. Method 2 is our own condition. Method 2 we can go with our own condition. Then, now how we use it to manage this code prior to Hibernate 6 version. In the older versions, how we use it to write this code is old Hibernate version. I'm just writing the code in comments for your reference. Here, student stud equal to session.get student.class with the primary key 111. This method will go with an error here. So we have to apply the typecasting in the older versions. Then once you get the record based on your primary key, that will come and store into stud object. Then use the method here stud.setMarks with the new marks 550. Then by using this session object, we have to call the method here update here. We have to call the method update and pass your object. So this is the way we work in Hibernate older versions. Okay, so this update method has been now deprecated in Hibernate 6 version. Then the same case here also. How to manage this in the older version? Here we have to use query. Just simply use query. Query equal to session.create query, and say here update student set marks equal to colon marks, where s name equal to colon s name. Set the parameter query dot set parameter marks with the marks is 50. Then query dot set parameter with s name as Ramu. Same, call the method query dot execute update. So in the older versions, we used to use the interface query, but now in Hibernate 6, we have to use the interface mutation query and call the method session.create mutation query for updation purpose. So these are about the older versions. I'm just giving for reference. So if you are seeing any code related to Hibernate older versions, you can find this code, right? Now, so that's about in this video. In the next video, we'll see how to go with the delete operations. Thank you. Please subscribe, like and share. Thank you all.